Hello students, I am Professor Surya, Director of Academic Excellence at Indian Academy Degree College and also the Head of the Department of Commerce. Today I am going to teach you some Excel techniques on calculating correlation. I am sure your subject teacher might have taught you how to calculate correlation manually. Today we are going to learn how to calculate the correlation using Excel function. Now what is correlation? So let me make it a little bigger for the screen. Oops, there is some question coming, so I am removing that. Okay. Correlation establishes relationship between two variables, whether they are positive, they are negative, and so on, or is there any relationship at all. So the question here is to find the relationship between an employee's number of years of experience with the sales they generate. So we want to see what kind of relationship these two variables have with each other. So whether the number of years, as you put in more number of years of service, how it is affecting the sales. Is it more or less? We want to find out whether they are having positive relationship, negative relationship, or there is any or there is no relationship at all. So students, we need to understand that the representation for correlation in terms of charts is done by scatter diagram. So these two, when you want to predict or when you want to project the variables, two variables, especially in terms of correlation, you represent it using the scatter diagram or what is called scatter chart. So how do we do that scatter diagram? I select these two columns including their headings. I go to insert and I go to the recommended chart. Already it is recommending, see, this is artificial intelligence we say. So it is recommending a scatter chart. So we just click on that and say OK and bring that down and paste it here. So this is an appropriate chart. So we will say scatter diagram. Scatter diagram for what? For the years with the company, which is X value, which is on this side, and the sales generated, which is on the Y axis. So if you want to write the axis titles, click on the plus sign here and click on axis title, which you see in the drop down menu. So this is number of years, number of years of service an employee has put, whereas the title for Y axis is sales in units. How much is the sales generated in units? So I want to know the trend. Again, click on the plus sign there, go to the corner and click on the plus sign, just tick the trend line. So trend line is added. So you can see a dotted line facing upwards from the top bottom left hand corner goes to the top right hand corner facing upwards. The trend is going upwards. Whenever there is a trend line showing an upward trend, indicates that the relationship between the two variables that we are considering is likely to be positive. So the relationship between the number of years of service and the sales generated is positive, meaning if the employee has put in more years of service, as the number of years of service increases, the sales he generates also increases. So that is the idea here. Anyway, let us see how we can actually calculate that. So correlation is represented by the symbol R, small letter R, coefficient of correlation. Start with equals, say CORREL. So you get a drop down menu there. Double click, keep your pointer of the mouse here on this, double click it. So it is asking you array 1 and array 2. Simply means array 1 is what are the variable 1, variable 2. The values in variable 1, now you should not select the company, you should start selecting the figures only. It can be displayed here in the formula bar. Click on that point and put a comma and select variable 2, which is sales. Then you selected it. If you can observe there, close the bracket. See, I have closed the bracket. I have selected variable 1, put a comma, select variable 2, close the bracket. Now press enter or hit enter button. So you got the answer. So this is the answer. But in the question it says you should round it off to 3 decimal points. So I go here, click here. See, this is to increase the decimal. This is to decrease the decimal. So I keep on clicking on it until I get 3 decimal points, which I got now. I want to make it bold, highlight with a color. So the correlation coefficient is 0.83. And remember, the answer for correlation always should range from +1 to -1. It cannot be less than -1 or more than +1. If you get any answer like that, that is wrong. Now you use a huge formula while doing manual calculation, but Excel makes our life simple by putting this. So there is a high positive correlation which is 0.833 between the sales unit and the number of years a person has put in experience in that company. Now what is the percentage to which we can approve this? So that is found out using coefficient of determination, which you get by doing R square, which is represented by capital R, which is R square. So I will start with equals, click on the R value, multiplication sign, click again on the R value. Of course, this can be done in different ways. I am using this way. So press enter. So you get 0.6969311. So slowly I'll click on this and I will go to the percentage. Just click on the percentage. It is showing me 2 figures with 69%. I will highlight even that and make it bold. So what does it mean? 69% of this is explained by the number of years. However, 30% or 31% approximately is not explained, meaning whatever relationship you are establishing, you are telling that the number of years of experience increases, sales increases, 69% you are true to that extent. Remaining 31% you don't know, you can't explain, you can't say. So that is how you calculate correlation between 2 variables using Excel. I hope you have understood this. If you have any further doubts, you may feel free to contact your subject teacher, or please feel free to walk into my office for further clarification. We are going to come out with similar videos which will help you to learn quickly and in your own pace. Thank you very much. I hope you are benefited.